about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free. Baby, I know.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
Should do, boys. I like. Well, then it took me a minute. I was like, "Am I sure that's not just an orange light?"
Good evening and welcome to the One View with your hostess, the mostess, JC1 on this fine Wednesday night. As always, we have the one, the only, easy Sunday morning breezy. How's it going this week, mate? Loving the cup.
Oh, fuck, wrong one, sorry. That's more like it. What we said.
How's it going? How's it going?
Every day of my life is ongoing pain. And then this podcast started, and it got worse.
Oh, I love these cheery
better than
intros,
normal.
mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brad, that's awfully optimistic for you, that, mate.
I know, right?
And of course, we got the one, the only, the P-Town Cowboy Double D.
Yo, what's cracking, man? What's cracking?
Suspicious by absence is his hat. Listeners, he's not wearing a hat.
I know.
Do you know what? I'm not sure. Oh, I do know where it is.
Well, this is the thing. So,
Right, we've lost him.
this is the thing, Bam. So, 1 week, Josh has got his mug. this week Brad's got his, and then next week I'll have mine, and then the week after, hopefully, we'll all have them together and do it. Who remembers last year's summer wine? Do you remember last summer?
Very. All I remember is it was 3 old men, and one of them we used to drink out of his.
Yeah.
What's it called? A sauce. The little plate. You finished it.
Yeah, the saucer, yeah.
But
But there were always a scene in it where they went to the women, when the men were down the pub and that. It's proper old-fashioned Yorkshire show. And they always, at the end of it, they were always talking about some scandal in the village, like, going, ooh, and they'd all go at the same time, ooh, with tea and drink at the same time.
I really can't.
You know what the problem is with these cups, JC?
What?
I'm right-handed.
I noticed that, yeah. I noticed that. Do you know what the problem is?
Both sides, you cheap bastard.
The problem is with these cups, JC, they're not as big as a Sports Direct one. And when I drink whiskey, I want Sports Direct measures.
I was actually looking up Sports Direct stuff to mugs stay on Casual UK, the Reddit subreddit. And there's people comparing mugs. It's like, look at the size of these giant mugs. It's like Sports Direct mugs for comparison. And it was like they made the Sports Direct mug look like a normal mug. It was like, what?
And the thing is, they actually have all different sizes of Sports Direct mugs as well. We don't endorse Sports Direct because, let's face it, we don't want to put money in Mike Ashley's pocket. But
it's on discount, isn't it? It's still sale going on.
Yeah. Oh, there's a sale every day, mate. You go in.
Everyone has a Sports Direct mug somewhere. No one knows.
I'd rather put money in Sports Direct's pocket than I would JD. I love that. You actually have to think about it. You're like, oh, where do my morals stand here?
But saying that, I am a cheap git when it comes to, like...
JD's so overpriced, man. It's crazy the prices in JD.
They do quality products, but...
Yeah.
I just can't afford them most of the time.
Now, how much is a tracksuit nowadays? They were like 180 quid when I was a kid. Never mind nowadays. That got to be like plus 250 easy. Okay, let's have a look.
What store are you talking about?
JD. JJB wasn't too bad. But
I was thinking, I was like, didn't we have one of those? And then the sign's still there, but the shop is not.
So, it's JJB used to be absolute. I used to love JJB. JJB were like if I wanted something, I'd say medium range. So Sports Direct were always my budget range, which I still do to this day mostly.
We're always Googling, Bambi.
Yeah, I know.
But I know we're always Googling.
me and Jesse are bad for that because, if we're talking about something, we're like, let's get the facts straight.
We want information. We want information, don't we?
If you can't see my hands, I'm Googling.
So what's the beef with the guy that owns Sports Direct then?
So Mike Ashley is controversial to say the least. So
has he stopped giving away mugs?
So in the past, apparently he did get sued because
haven't we all?
And this was actually backed by the government because what they found was basically they forced, if the workers were late or production weren't quite right or whatever,
I heard about this.
They basically made them stay behind, which then forced their hourly rate, because they didn't get overtime, they just got their salary, which then forced the hourly rate below the minimum wage.
Yeah.
So it was a big hoo-ha, weren't it, about a few years ago?
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong, never met him. Might be a great guy in person, but at the end of the day, from what I've heard, and he does do a lot for British business as well. He bought a lot of stock and stuff of firms going into administration, and also took on staff.
He snapped up all sorts, didn't he? Like Slazenger and all that.
And then obviously gave the staff some jobs. So that's quite decent of him, but I'm not, Bam's not holding back. She's not holding back with the punches tonight.
So how much is the Sports Direct stock? Is it cheaper than Weatherspoons?
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking.
Good segue. Now we've actually got to update the Weatherspoons. So last week, Weatherspoons Share Watch, it was $6.93.
What's the shares on now? Go on.
So this week, the Weatherspoons Share Watch, we are on £7.14. They're going up.
I knew I should have bought some.
If I bought like 10,000 shares, I would have made some money.
I mean, if you would have bought one share, you would have made money.
I'll amend that now.
I would have made more.
Are we adding Greg's to it as well?
The Greg
Trying to afford Greg's.
Sausage roll Share Watch.
Oh, the Greg's out the £24. I had a look earlier.
They were cheaper. Yeah, they were cheaper.
No, they were more expensive, mate.
Were they?
Yeah.
So is Greg's more valuable company than Weatherspoons? That's crazy.
Well, they have like shops everywhere, don't they? Yeah, they're £24.85 each.
Wow.
That's it's no wonder. Have you seen the price of pasties now? Jesus Christ, man!
Like £2, aren't they?
You know, sorry for my blast.
This is why I stopped going to Greg's.
Right. So a few years ago, Greg's.
It used to making a stance. Yeah. No more pasties till the price comes down.
Damn right. You know what? Me and Brad are backing this. No more pasties until the price goes down. Because
I'll be honest, I just haven't been to Greg's in years. I'm very rarely in the town.
Right. I know prices have to go up and all that, and don't get me wrong, let them go up because, you know, things get more expensive.
Cost of living crisis has gone too far.
But
you're affecting the pasties.
Before COVID, I used to be able to walk into a bog standard Greg's and like get a pasty for £1.20, and it probably gone up like 60p since I was like 10 years old. So we're talking over like what?
50 years.
You cheeky get. So we're talking like,
60.
you know, 27 years, it's gone up 60p, yeah? Right? 27 years, it's gone up 60p. 3 years, it's now like £2.40. What the smeg is going on?
You get a coffee with that at least.
No. If you want a coffee, it's £3.20 or something.
The breakfast is pretty good. It's not a bad price because you can get like hash browns, a sausage barm or whatever, and a coffee for like £2.80 or something like that. It's pretty good for breakfast.
Where from? Do you know how much that costs? Do you know how much that costs at Greg's near our works?
No way it's different.
Just for a sausage and bacon barm, say, yeah, right?
Yeah.
And coffee, it's like £3.60.
What are you getting on this? If you're adding extras to the sandwich, that's on you, bro.
No, but bearing in mind, it's only like 40p for the bacon between bacon. But you don't get the hash browns either.
What's a breakfast at Weatherspoons?
Oh, you get a pint of it. That's why breakfast at Weatherspoons is the shit.
In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll go on the app now. Let's have a look.
Go on to somebody's table. There you go, buddy. There you go, somebody.
There are other shares available. You don't have to buy Weatherspoons. We just strongly advise you to.
Oh, since I changed my phone, I ain't reinstalled the Weatherspoons app. What's that about?
Change your phone again. You last one finally ran out of flips.
No, that was no. It was
JC is very passionate about his baps.
What do you call it?
Oh yes. We need to.
You mean bomb cakes? Yeah, I agree.
We have actually, we're actually modern men here. You know, we are very passionate about bombs and stuff. And
wait, hold on. Are old school men not passionate about bombs? What are you saying?
No, I'm gonna segue into another subject.
Generation X, they don't care.
It don't work.
I want all my bread flat. Bread must be flat.
No yeast.
No yeast.
I
So
don't make bread.
Basically, it's going to tell me in a minute I'm not at a pub, and I'm going to be like, okay, fair enough.
What are you actually looking at? I've got it on my phone. Do you want me to do it while you're segueing?
I'm on it. I'm following this through. Right. So the breakfast menu. Let's have a look. Oh, it won't be on until tomorrow. They take it off, don't they? I'll just have a look.
You can actually manually change the menu. You just can't order from it.
It's got in me do it. Okay. Well.
Right.
Can I not get a breakfast at 7:15 at night?
You can
because they do all day breakfast.
They do a brunch, don't they? All day brunch. which is £6.28, including an alcoholic drink. Includes 2 sausages, bacon, 2 fried eggs, baked beans, and chips.
What?
That's actually quite a lot.
The beans are naff, but that's a good deal.
And that's including a drink, and you can select craft ales. You can have
Lefty Blonde.
You can have pints.
Favorite beer at the moment.
Honestly, it's endless. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, lads, Weatherspoon Saturday.
For that.
If anyone wants us, we'll be in the little island.
I don't get paid for a week.
Bats, bums. I said bums then. Buns. I don't care.
They call that a Freudian slip.
It's going in my mouth.
Are all Weatherspoons owned by the same person, or is it like a Starbucks or Subway?
Yeah, that's why I was segued into Weatherspoons, because the guy that owns Weatherspoons is highly political, isn't he?
Yeah.
And part of the what's the word I'm looking for here? But basically, the way that they advertise and the way they sell, they put like the free magazines pushing their political agenda out, don't they? To all the guests. I don't mind flicking through. I appreciate other people's opinions. So I wanted to know what the opinion on that was, and if we like him as a guy. I mean, I don't necessarily.
Wasn't it? Bellend. Okay, sports direct.
Everyone's a bellend. If you're a British businessman, you're a bellend to Babs.
Wasn't he kind of controversial during COVID or something?
I'm sure there was something to do with his staff during COVID.
It weren't just COVID.
Well, if you work for Weatherspoons, you get paid Weatherspoon prices.
It stems from Brexit as well, which, let's face it, we're not going down that road.
Yeah, I was looking into that. I was looking into some potential job offers, in job opportunities in Europe. It's like, you have to be in the EU. Oh, thanks, guys. Okay.
You're screwed now. You're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
You're screwed.
No, I'm going to go to Asia. She's fine.
Hey,
give me 12
months. To be fair, it does. It says to you, doesn't it? Well, previously I was going to work in the EU, but now I might as well work anywhere else in the world because it's the exact same.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Bayside though.
I don't know. You could go stateside. You could go stateside. But no, what are we going to segue in? I mean, our class us three is quite modern men. And
I want a cowboy hat. What?
Just before we came online, we were learning how
is this an actual talking point?
Right. So,
unless you're showing visuals, don't make it a segue.
So no. Basically, what it were, I was looking up news stories. And
we know what you were looking up.
And this news story came up about a lady who's got quite famous on TikTok, and it's for showing ladies how instead of wearing bras, if you're wearing like a strapless dress or whatever. And you don't want your bra showing at the back with strapless dresses most time. I'm told, not experienced in it myself. And she was showing everyone with tape off Amazon and stuff, how you can actually sort of make sure your dress doesn't drop and obviously show your bust line and everything. I thought it was really educational.
You learn a lot about breasticles then. That's good.
Learning how women go out in strapless dresses.
Fantastic. That'd be a great point of conversation to kick up at a bar with a random stranger, James.
Yeah,
I recommend you try it.
How do you support your breasts, lady?
See, this woman on TikTok who's got 28J. 28J, that is, for a small person, that is.
She wasn't at all, was she? And that's the weird part.
Yeah, so it was educational, like I say. But did you hear? Oh, I'm surprised Brad hadn't mentioned this actually this week. Did you hear about the bullet train in Japan? What they did on it this week to do with one of Brad's favourite pastimes.
It was a wrestling match, so I gleaned it.
Yeah, so they had
one was a DDT.
What? Sorry, go on. What are you on about?
They had a wrestling match in the main aisle on the 180 mile an hour bullet train.
Yeah, it sounds like something DDT would do. DDT is like a comedy wrestling company in Japan.
Yeah,
There's comedy wrestling coming
it
out.
was DDT, and one of the pictures shows.
Of course it was. Was Kota Ibushi involved?
It was
well,
yeah.
It's always Kota.
Minoru Suzuki and Sanshiro Takagi fought it out, and I'm watching a picture of a rather nice power driver, which in the middle aisle.
Don't split hairs, Brad. Brad, so Kota, is that the guy that wrestled that little girl?
No, that's Kenny Omega.
Oh,
Who's Kota?
Yeah. That was awesome.
In real life.
That was awesome. I remember I watched that not so long back. She was like, how old was she? Like 9 or 10 or something like that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great video.
That made a lot of the wrestling purists and old bookers from decades ago very angry.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
Jim Cornette was not happy.
To be fair, if anything, seeing a full grown man wrestle whatever she was, a 10-year-old girl, if anything, it showed off to me the athleticism involved with wrestling.
She really did a great job carrying Kenny in that match.
The way she just threw him around the ring was very impressive.
You know, right? So when I had my brief stint being a trainee, we used to do kids wrestling training on a Saturday morning, and at the end of the course, we used to do a show, right? And I always remember, I might have mentioned this to you, but I always remember, right? So I went up to this kid, and we're talking like I'm 6'2", yeah, and this kid is like 4 foot, if that, right?
Kick him in the face.
And he goes,
yes.
and I goes,
classic heel move.
I goes up to him, I goes, right, I'm going to be in the ring with you. What do you want to do?
Stomp him.
And he goes, I want to do a German suplex. And I was like, what? So literally, right, so I'm in the middle of this match, I'm letting this kid just like throw me around, and literally goes up behind me, wraps his arms around my waist, and I was like, oh,
you stupid kid.
And I remember saying to the kid before the match, as soon as I jump, move.
Yeah.
And he grabs hold of me, and he just gave me a little tug, and I had to literally jump about 3 foot in the air and land on top of my back.
I mean, you're lucky you didn't say vertical suplex.
Oh, man.
A snap loose suplex would be very easy.
Yeah, that'd be easier. Yeah. Because I'd just flip myself, but no, I always remember it though, because it was just so funny, and all you see is me going,
down to the teeth. I don't know how much that is. Well,
is that your cherry stuff as well, brothers?
But
I was looking at some whiskey the other day that somebody sent me, asking what I think about it. It's like 60 odd quid for the bottle, and it's called it's called something like Skull Crusher, and it's basically a whiskey brew kept in a rum barrel.
All right, okay.
So it's got like hints of like banana and toffee, and yeah, it's got a really Caribbean vibe to it. So I'm curious. Different. I'll see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I'm
currently planning on stocking in some more different spirits because I want to be a bit more cocktail-esque. Probably the wrong time of year. I feel like cocktails are a very summer thing.
You need no costa. No, you can have cocktails all year round, mate.
The cocktails the problem is tropical to me. I don't know.
You need a bar, Brad. You need a bar.
Yeah.
Come round and fix my garden.
I used to love it when I were in Caribbean, like on my holiday and stuff, and I'd be bite bar, all inclusive. You know,
no, last weekend.
But that's the only time the only time I drink pina coladas is in Caribbean. So
I don't know what's in a pina colada?
Malibu,
rum. Pineapple juice.
Malibu, yeah.
Okay, the Malibu might make it.
Oh no, spice colada is a nice drink. Spice colada is spice rum, vodka, pineapple juice, and orange juice. I want to say that's very.
Yeah, my favorite is definitely a Bloody Mary.
I hate Bloody Marys.
Nice.
Oh, like spicy soup, spicy cold soup. Get some celery in it, and you get a snack out of it as well.
Keep your gazpacho soup.
Oh, brilliant!
Nobody asked for song lyrics, but I appreciate it.
I was
Yeah.
trying to think I couldn't remember the lyrics.
And ironically, yes, I did when I was younger. I did like
I
Peter
thought it was
Claus and
crying in the rain
rain.
for some reason, which makes it very sad.
That's usually what happens after 7 pina coladas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you're not in the rain, you're in the shower, get out.
Yeah, get in the bottom of the shower.
So, guys, we did try and do a bit of prep for this week. So my first kind of like talking point this week was, do you want to live forever?
Yes.
You know,
Any conditions? Any conditions?
Right. So, I'll basically read a bit of the story to get a bit of context here. So, immortality has been a dream of human beings since the dawn of time. Mankind's fascination with cheating death is reflected in scientific records, mythology, and folklore from Egypt. So now, Ray Kurzweil, a former Google engineer, claims that humans will achieve immortality in 2030, and 86% of his 147 predictions to date about massive technological advances have been right. So
I think this one's in the 14%.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, he's got a YouTube channel and everything, and
Of course he does. He's got to flaunt some money.
yeah, and basically he's been discussing the progression of genetics, nanotechnology, and robotics, and yeah, and basically he's been saying like the tiny robots, obviously nanobots and stuff. Sorry.
I knew as soon as I said nanobots, it's not nanobots, it's nanomachines, isn't it? Nanomachines.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, JC.
This is their words. So they'll repair damaged cells and tissues that deteriorate with the body during, obviously, as you grow older, and make us immune to diseases like cancer. I'll tell you what. Right, if I had a penny for every time someone gets a breakthrough and says we're going to cure cancer, I wish we would, because it's a seriously awful disease. The predictions achievable by 2030 have been met with excitement and skepticism. Well, no shit. So he was hired by Google in 2012 to work on new projects involving machine learning and language processing, i.e. probably Google Bard and the AI. But he's been doing predictions on technology like long before, since 1990. He predicted stuff like in 1990. He said, look, in a few years' time, by year 2000, a computer's going to beat a human opponent at chess, and it happened in 97.
Eventually, come on.
Deep Blue beat Kasparov. He said in 1999, by 2023, a $1,000 laptop would have the human brain's computer power and storage capacity, and it does. Now it says we're going to become even more, and AI is going to be involved naturally. He predicted a technological singularity would happen by 2045, with artificial intelligence passing a valid Turing test in 2029. I'll tell you what, it's been
6 years till AI passed the Turing test. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's been rather specific, isn't he?
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens before that. It's scary the sort of conversations you can have with the likes of ChatGPT at the moment, and leveraging that technology to do stuff. And you can still see you can still feel the limitations through the conversation that you're having with them.
Yeah.
But it is scary, the level of not intelligence it has, but almost the way it mimics sentience. Is scary. Especially some of the ones which have been purposely designed to have a personality rather than strict base vanilla ChatGPT, which is an informational thing. But you can obviously code them to have personalities, and some of those ones where the way they formulate the sentences and share the quote unquote opinions about stuff. It is scary. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened before 2029, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll completely agree. It seems like at the moment we are making particularly rather large strides, let's say. I don't know if it's been held back by the technological community for a few years, but over the last year and a half, 2 years, it seems we've had an explosion of AI.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, and like I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put the ultimate question into ChatGPT now. I'm gonna say, will AI pass the Turing test by 2029? By the way, just for anyone who doesn't know this, because it is a bit of a geeky thing, but basically, Alan Turing is sort of regarded as like the godfather of the modern day computer.
He cracked the Enigma door.
And the Turing test that he came up with was that one day, if you were to walk in a room and have a conversation with a computer, you would think it's another person if you couldn't see him. So they'd just be able to talk back to you, interpret what you're saying, even empathize, with what you're saying. I struggle with some words. So that's basically what the Turing test is. It stops. You shouldn't be able to tell you're talking to a machine or an AI. So apparently ChatGPT can't predict the future, and my knowledge is currently only up to September 2021. Whether AI will pass the Turing test by 2029 or not depends on several factors, including advances in AI technology, research, and the criteria for passing the Turing test. It's very simple. If a person can't tell they're talking to a machine, it's passed. It's that simple at the heart of it.
There's like 3 questions, isn't there? That are 3 levels of criteria they have to hit or something like that.
I mean, I was actually shocked this week because I was doing some out of work, and I opened up a PDF file that I had to read, and for some reason, it's probably because I don't normally use my desktop for it. It opened it up in Edge, yeah, and Edge was. Honestly, it was so quick, and I hadn't used it in a while. Obviously, like I'm like, yuck. But it's got the Chrome infrastructure now underneath. But the thing that I noticed about it was, like a few years ago, Apple used to lead the way in terms of if you wanted something read out to you, because sometimes people obviously struggle reading books, so they like audio books, don't they? But they might want to skim read the text as well as listening to it. And a few years ago, Apple used to be at the forefront of this. Honestly, it's the little things like indentations. So how we will start a sentence. So we may start with like, "Oh, you never guess what I did today," and then go down in pitch, and it's then little pitch changes like the normal person talks in. Anyway, in Edge this week, I decided, they do a voiceover in Edge now. I'll give it a try. And I'm not joking. It was so natural.
Yeah, it's come a long way since I remember playing with Windows. I remember playing with like Windows 98 way back in the day and doing text to speech, and that was like you could choose between, I don't know what the names were, Sandra or Harry, and they were the only 2 choices, and it was this is how we are speaking now. But now you're right, they've had all the inflections and the tones to it to make it like Siri, I guess. Like Siri.
I mean, there's one called Sonia, and I picked that out because out of like the bunch of like English language ones, because they have Italian, Hindu, all the different languages. It's great. And out of the English ones, I picked this Sonia like person.
She told nice lass.
No, she was so polite and lovely. She's really.
No.
I know, but when a voice.
I want my AI to treat me like shit.
No, but when a voice soothes you and you get relaxed and you're taking in everything that you're hearing, It was like that, and I'm like sat here going, "Oh wow, what's wrong with Edge, Bams? We've only got an hour podcast, you know. Can't really get into that."
WWE are going to AEW.
Yeah.
Damn it, Adam Copeland, make up your mind.
Oh, they don't have scouts, Bams. You never know, there might be a market there. They don't have scouts. Just saying. You know, Bams does have a
became a big
accent.
thing like 20 years ago. Haven't had a tom.
Yeah.
I never had one.
back
You always have
Tom
like custom
Toms.
voices and shit.
Yeah.
Brian, I always wanted a Brian Blessed one.
No, I can imagine. I can imagine that Double D would go with something like Snoop Dogg.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I'm not a massive Snoop fan, but it would be pretty cool to have him telling you where to go.
Have you heard what it's like? Honestly, it's so funny. I'll quickly find the snippets for you because you'll be like, "Oh my god, this is great."
I thought we were talking about immortality. This just went.
But it all mixes in, doesn't it? And we'll come back to that subject in a minute. But
it's not happening by 2030. Let's be honest. Fucking bullshit. And also, how's it going to work? You have to pay for it. All the billionaires will get it. All the billionaires will get it first, and then we're all fucked forever.
Think about the implications of that, where the billionaires are then, from a growth perspective, reproducing, because they're obviously not dying, reproducing more than the working class, and as such, you've got generational money.
Yeah.
How will that work? Because the money would never leave the billionaire.
No one's getting any inheritance.
Exactly.
And you just have generations upon generations of billionaires bred from billionaires who never have to work for money and never have to develop.
And the original billionaire's still there because he's immortal.
Yeah, exactly.
Vince McMahon. He said he'd be immortal.
He's got some money behind him now, hasn't he?
I found
he's still alive.
I found the Snoop Dogg. I've shared it with the guys on Discord so they can hear it. But
we got to Discord.
If it does it right, 1 second.
I hear it.
Why is it? I'm gonna have to go on YouTube, aren't I?
YouTube.
Now we've got a break.
Oh, quick. A break? Can I go make a panini or something?
No.
Let's see panini.
Here we go.
I've wanted loaded fries for the last week and a half. That's what I want right now.
Did you find any?
G's up, freeze up, put your keys up in the ignition and let's turn this thing on.
I hear it, mate.
Turn
You don't
right,
hear it?
then show up left.
Let's all move on.
So
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just put the link in the chat. I'll check it out later.
Yeah, it's so funny. He basically goes on about. He says something like, thanks for the ride and don't forget to play my tunes next time or something like that at the end.
Why does Snoop sound southern?
I don't know.
Anyway, immortality. I can't. I mean, let's say for argument's sake, it is going to happen.
Yeah.
No, can't you just lie about it? Because I've invented immortality. Just take this pill. And I've already gone. Get somebody to buy it. I've really liked it. Left the country. By the time you know it's going to work, it's going to work or not.
Hire a lot of actors, put a lot of money into billboards.
Yeah.
And well, you wouldn't need billboards because you're advertising to the top tier, aren't you?
Yeah.
You can tell it's snake oil. That's ultimately what it boils down to. People who sell snake oil for hundreds of thousands of years.
Let me know in 100 years if it's worked. Bye.
What, the
Yeah,
beer?
exactly. Or you get your money back.
If it doesn't work, get money back in 100 years. Wait, what?
Oh, Bams has had loaded fries for tea, apparently.
Why would you say that?
I don't
Why
know.
would you say that?
I'm sitting here, I ain't had my tea yet. I'm starving.
I had reheated pasta from last night. But yeah, immortality. It's scary. I don't like the idea of it. I think we've all seen enough vampire films. Interview with Vampire is a great example of
Yeah.
the immortality isn't it will never be as nice as people envision. Is Walt Disney still on ice?
Yeah, he's still on ice.
Sure.
He's still what do they call it?
He's not cryogenic.
Cryogenic. Is he not?
That was never
not?
true.
What? I thought he were.
Oh,
Whoa.
It's just an urban legend.
People have done it though, right?
Well,
Surely people have done it.
It is a thing, yeah. People get cryogenically frozen.
Let me find a list, bitch. Let me find a list.
And then you wake up in the year 3000.
With absolutely no negative negative elements to it.
And you become a delivery boy.
I keep thinking of Futurama. I keep thinking Beck's gonna do it.
Right.
Cryogenics.
Okay, so I've got a list of people who plan to be cryopreserved.
I
Oh,
think Michael Jackson did, but I don't think that happened.
Oh, I've also got dead people who have been cryogenically preserved.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
idea that one day they'll cure death.
Yeah. John Henry Williams is on the list.
all right, okay.
James Bedford. I mean, that is Peter Eckersley. Anyway, on the to be frozen list, I don't really know any of them. Seth MacFarlane.
Well,
Random.
yeah, Seth MacFarlane. Everyone knows, don't they? But it's looking at that list. I honestly
I don't know. I don't know
many.
any of the others. Yeah.
No. It's. I mean, you know, they might be the ones laughing if it happens. You know, and they're brought back in a few hundred years. But
I won't care, I'll be dead.
What if there's a power cut?
I doubt my opinion will change on the matter if they come back to life.
well, you won't be around to see it. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, from beyond the grave. Well, they showed me. Well,
So they essentially get
back to haunting people.
They get cryogenically frozen, don't they? Until the end of time, if they don't discover a solution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, until the leash runs out in the building. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Like, how do you pay for it? Do they have like a standing amount that goes out once a year to cover that? I don't know how this works. I'm super curious. It can't be. It can't be a flat fee. Yeah, exactly. Ditch your soggy corpse in the canal.
I know. All I'll say is, as long as Sam Smith in cryogenically frozen, all's well in the world.
You've got so much beef with Sam Smith, man. Is this your segue?
Have you seen it this week?
Nope.
Oh my! Seriously,
I watched the video you watched me. Sent me
the one where with Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So for people who don't know this week, so Sam Smith decided to get hacked up in shorts, tight jean shorts with Teletubby boots and a stripy top with a picture of a kid on him. By the way, if there were ever something screaming out pedo, that's the one. But
wow, you can't say that.
No, I apologise. I apologise if it's wrong, but it's the way he does it. If he were just having a laugh with it, I'd be fine. But he actually tries
that's his sense of humour.
What?
Go on, finish your story.
Basically, bending over and stuff and going hello and stuff and making it and trying to make it sexy. I mean, no, come on, man. There's a limit to what's funny and what's amusing and that was just disturbing. I had no words when I first saw that.
You sound like such an old man.
Well, no, but it's. I mean, seriously, Brad, did you watch it?
No, of course I didn't.
Right, Brad.
Brad doesn't watch anything anybody sends him.
Google right now, Brad. While we're on the show, I want to see a Brad instant reaction. No, seriously, Brad.
I don't think we'll borrow him.
Teletubbies.
I think we'll borrow him.
What am I looking for?
Just Google Sam Smith Teletubbies video.
Sam B's got a question for you.
Go on.
By all
Bams.
means, ask it.
I'm always open to questions.
I don't understand what you're getting so upset about. I don't get it.
Let me have a look.
It's disturbing, mate.
Yeah, but why? What's disturbing about it? And I'm kind of on the same train of thought as Bambi.
Does it affect you personally? When it comes on my TikTok feed, exactly. exactly.
I don't care, James.
No, right.
Yeah.
I'm more
I'm
offended
the
at
one
yours
bothered
might
by this.
exist.
Right. I might be in the minority then. Okay, I'll accept I'm in the minority, but I'll tell you what, it when it comes on my feed and quite frankly to me it's a little disturbing. No, I don't, if he has a weird sense of humour and he thinks that's funny, fair enough, right?
You're overreacting.
But not for me. Not for me.
I completely get that. I wouldn't see that and go, that's right up my alley. I need some more of this shit in my life. But I would see it and go, all right, you do you, bro. And
Yeah.
I don't know what the equivalent on TikTok is, but if it was a YouTube video, I'd probably go dislike. It's not really on the street.
I'll
recommend
take your advice, Bams, in future. I'll just scroll past.
I've already forgot that man. I didn't know who he was. I've forgotten his name already. No, never.
I think he used to be a singer.
And I will
I
will forget that forever in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Standard, Brad. That's actually quite a long time for you, mate.
Yeah.
but it's actually that time once again for Munch
Jesus.
Punch. Yes, that time of the week once again when we get to know one of our co-hosts very intimately through the quick fire question round. It is. This week in the hot seat is the one, the only, Easy Sunday Morning Breezy. And this week, Breezy, we've got 20 quick fire questions coming your way. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if you're not. So, the quick fire questions this week. Here we go. Horror or thriller?
Horror.
Comedy or romance?
Comedy.
Roses or daffodils?
Roses.
Ketchup or brown sauce?
Ketchup.
Dumplings or broth?
Oof.
Dumplings.
Oh, yeah.
Steak or beef?
Steak.
Is there a difference?
Is there a difference? Yeah, there is actually. Foo Fighters or Rolling Stones? Always stumped.
He's trying to remember specific songs.
First thing to hear.
Rolling Stones. Carry go.
Hogan or Warrior?
Warrior.
Yeah, I'm going in with a few here. Rock or Austin?
Austin.
Oh, I didn't expect that one. Sting or Flair?
Sting.
Yeah.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Stone or metal? It's really random.
Are you about ages in the history of man?
No, first thing that comes to your mind.
Metal.
Bottle or keg?
Okay.
Yeah.
Beans or peas?
Beans.
Half empty or half full?
Half empty.
Turtles or
Like
Thundercats?
Girls.
Oh. Typewriter or PC?
PC is just more practical.
Suspenders or belts?
Belts.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Pants or jeans?
Jeans.
Hey, there we go. And that concludes this week's Munch or Punch.
I like the dramatic lighting then, Brad.
I actually thought you would have gone with The Rock, and I honestly thought you would have gone with Flair.
Well, The Rock's made too many shit films.
Have you heard how many he's made now? Something like 94 films since he left.
Yeah, like he's pretty much in the jungle for all of them.
And he's worth over 800 million.
I was just about to say, the vast majority of those films he's been paid some mega bucks for as well.
Oh, yeah.
He just did everything at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was...
nothing good or memorable, but he's in everything.
I mean, really rare. Really rare to
some
pick
funny
a good
ones.
performance from The Rock.
There's some funny ones, though. I particularly like CIA. Yeah, it was. I should have done that, actually. I should have got the Mastermind tune. Dun, 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 dun. And Brad's there in dark. Ready?
I think Brad really like a really nice big black wingback chair as well to sit in. I think he enjoys it.
Yeah. He bought. Didn't he buy one about 3 weeks ago? And he had.
No, I meant like a proper leather one.
Wait, it is proper leather in it.
This piece of shit? No.
Oh.
Come on, man! Look at the Mastermind chair. That thing is worth some money.
Oh, that's
It's some bank.
that's a few £100 in it. Like, you know, not what Brad's going to be spending on his computer chair.
Yeah, look at that. That's a tasty looking chair. I don't eat cow, but I'd have a taste of that bad boy.
Use that kind of chair for my PC. That'd be for my office on my cigar or my whiskey.
Where your typewriter is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or in my whiskey cave.
Or his PC because it's more practical now.
Don't say whiskey cave because it makes you think it's in an actual cave. And can you imagine if you're in an actual cave and like the walls are curved like a cave, but in the walls you've got these holes drilled for whiskey bottles, and at the back of each hole you've got like a little LED, so it's got like a soft glow to it that shines out through the bottle. Oh my god, that'd be sexy.
Bare skin on the floor and stuff.
When my parents were originally looking for houses when they moved abroad, they were looking in France originally.
Yeah,
it's just like years and years ago. A lot of places the house they bought actually didn't have one of these in the end. Well, they went to visit a lot of houses. I was there looking around, and they always had like these like on the property. It was like the stone stairwell going down. Mm-hmm. It was just like I don't know if they keep the wine or just distillery, but they had that just like these cabinets like the size of the ground floor of a house, or sort of a bit small, maybe half that size, and just like full of like just cabins and stuff. Nothing in there. So.
I bet historically. That would have been a really cool place to wait out the sun.
Yeah, so that's probably where they kept the food.
Like
100 years ago.
Yeah. In the palm tree.
Yeah, that was cool as fuck. It's like, oh man, it's like a bat cave or something like I knew.
It's like that pub we've got, isn't it? The what's it called? The one with the basement and the well in the bottom.
Oh,
what's it called? You know about, right? It's called the Plume. And it's got a basement with stone stairs, and there's a well in the bottom of it. Yeah, that's cool.
That's not. I've been there. I've not been there lately. It's always shut now. They don't seem to let people in there anymore.
That's the issue, right?
Is my internet playing up, or is
Brad's playing up? Yeah.
Yeah, you went.
You're playing up.
No, it's not your microphone, Brad. It's not your microphone for once. You're sounding a bit robotic from the internet.
No, so are you.
You're not on Sky, are you, after last night? Oh my god, what a absolute shit show. Unbelievable last night. But we are getting to that time again where we can relax and take a breather and hand it over to the easy one. I'm going to find you a different song, I do promise.
I forgot I asked.
But it is kind of your song for your movie of the week. Oh, yes. So this week, what is your movie of the week?
Let
me see. Which movie am I pulling out of the vault?
This one.
Okay, so as the topic was immortality, as we'll talk about immortality, I guess, for about 5 minutes. The film of the week will be this one I can actually read now.
Make your mind up the light, bro.
It's going to be The Man from Earth.
Oh,
okay.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else then.
No, The Man from Earth. And Dukes, I think this is kind of up your street a bit. Made in 2007, super low budget film, like maybe a few tens of thousands to make, and it's all shot in like one location. Essentially, this guy's living room, more or less. Well, his cabin in wherever he is. Basically, it features a professor. It's called something Old Man, is his name. So it's about 30 years old, something like that. And he's like, he's leaving the university. He's having a go away party with like a bunch of other like lecturers from the college or university who he works. And as this goes on, he starts to tell. They find something in his house, like something really old relic. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Where'd you get this? Is like, oh yeah, I picked that up like 14,000 years ago, something like that.
Actually, do.
Actually, do, yeah. So he starts to tell, like, basically, he tells the story of how he has been alive since the caveman era, and he just hasn't aged till the present day, until 2007, when it's set. And basically, what you have is like, it's going to be serious. So is he just like playing a game with all these guys? And because they're all like professors of the heads of their certain, subject. So one of them's like science, geology. One of them is deeply religious, Christian, and they're all asking questions, like trying to trip him up and stuff, like, okay, this and this and this and this. And as it goes on, it starts to become a bit more like, maybe he could be telling the truth. This could be real, but. And they're like, is it hypothetically possible for a human being to not age? And one of them's like, well, hypothetically, there's in theory, yes. And it's like, and it gets a bit controversial with them because he explains at one point he was the inspiration for a religious figure. I won't say which one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then at the same time, it's like you got some more innocent questions because like one of like the professors, like he rocks up, he's like got his 50s maybe, and he rocks up on a motorbike and he's got like one of the fucking students with him, like a 20-year-old fucking college girl or something. And everyone's kind of like, okay, really? You brought a hit? Okay. This isn't. But okay. It's like, oh, did you have a pet dinosaur? I'm like, no, that was before my time. And a pet dinosaur. It's like, yeah, it's just really cool film, really well done. Just like a lot of conversations in this one room for about 80 minutes, I want to say.
Awesome.
And I think one of the big actor is, I can't remember the guy's name, but it was the guy who played the Candyman in the horror film Candyman. He's in it, and he's always good.
Is it the one with John Billing and David Lee? What's his name? David Lee Smith.
I don't know who they are.
I'm just looking like.
I've heard about this film. I've never watched it. I've heard about it. Has it got a weird origin? Is it from like a book or? I remember reading about it ages ago.
2007, you said, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at here who was in it. Even in it, Richard. What's his name? Richard Reel. He's been
apparently it's the guy. Someone started writing it in the 60s and they completed it in 1988 on the deathbed.
Oh wow!
Lee Smith, whoever that is. Yeah, so it's good for us. So definitely worth a look. It's very unique, very different, very like obviously like low budget, but very well acted. It's available on Amazon Prime if you want to watch it.
Yeah, it's
nice. Because of it's how popular it got, like online, like a kind of viral following. There is a sequel was made. Came out in 2017. And the sequel is the funny thing about that is the creators of the film, they actually uploaded it to Pirate Bay themselves and allowed it for legal download, just to try and spread the word of it basically and get it out there.
Yeah,
quite interesting.
That's quite
interesting.
Yeah,
Man from Earth, go watch it.
I mean, I don't like you guys, but the amount of times I've been watching YouTube and an advert will come up.
Yeah.
And usually I don't skip them, especially if I'm doing something and YouTube's just on in the background, an advert will come up. I'll just let it play. It's fine. I'm doing something. It can play for like 15 seconds. But the amount of time it's been like a full film. Have you guys ever seen this?
Yeah.
Like a 3-hour film. I'm like, what is happening here?
No, I've not run across that. Well, if I haven't,
they're doing quite a lot of free films on YouTube these days. Before they used to be quite how can I say proactive in restricting content, but yeah, they seem to be allowing a lot more. Like when I've mentioned the van before and stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah. I think it's the equivalent. I'm not sure what the film equivalent is, but when a game, for example, when the developer, or actually more particular, when the publisher goes out of business, the game becomes what you class as abandonware. So you can download it for free. It's not pirated, and I assume there's probably similar jurisdiction and laws around film cinematography that you can just just stick it on YouTube, and it's not an issue.
You can only own the rights for a certain amount of time, can't you? It's like patenting, and that's why. That's why
IPs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why some songs now from like the 1800s and stuff are actually now free to use. You know, no one can own a copyright, you know, to various classical music and stuff now. And I think that's
like that's the reason we also see loads of films about similar fairy tales, grim stuff like Pinocchio and all that good stuff, because technically it's an open IP that anybody can use because the estate doesn't own it. Disney's obviously done stuff with it, but ultimately Alice in Wonderland's a really good example of that. Nobody really owns it. You can do whatever you want with it, which is pretty interesting, actually.
Exactly, and look at Winnie the Pooh with the horror movies now.
Winnie the Pooh, that's another good example.
I still haven't seen that movie, and I really need to watch it. I'd be interested in Brad's take on that, actually.
What was it? Blood in the Honey or something?
Yeah. It's the next one we were gonna do were Bambi.
It was Bambi, yeah.
So
Murderous Bambi.
Yeah. Sounds like a right bitch.
Yeah, six drinks, ripping arms off.
But we are going to call it there, guys. Thank you to everyone who tuned in this week.
Me and Brad are going to stay on the podcast.
Okay. No, but seriously, thank you to anyone who did stop by this week. We always do appreciate people stopping by. Ooh. And Bams, we will be back next week, I promise.
Oh, we won't. Shut it down, boys.
Episode 35, and we're still alive and kicking.
Wow,
thanks to the one, the only Easiest Sunday Morning Breezy. And thanks once again to the P-Town Cowboy, Double D. Have a good one, guys. Take care and God bless.
Works. I mean, 5 people.
Never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough for you. I wish you could be happy, yeah. But I can't lie. LA made you crazy, yeah. You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. This is goodbye, bye. LA made you crazy, yeah. I see your stories and I can't believe all the people you meet. Think you belong with everybody else, but you belong with me. And there's nothing I can do, cause you don't see straight when it comes to her. No, she's gonna eat you up whole and spit you out, and then you'll be free. Every piece. I wish you could be happy, yeah. But I can't lie. LA made you crazy, yeah. You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. This is goodbye, bye. LA made you crazy, yeah. You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. Don't I make you feel something? Or maybe you can't feel anything. She's not gonna give you everything.